As a gifted coach, I get to work with a variety of people, both single and couples, right? So, what I would say to a couple or two people who are in a personal relationship trying to maximize the potential of their gifts while monetizing and building a legacy, a successful business at the same time is this. Let me just use the story of a couple that I had the privilege and the honor to work with. So this couple came to me. They wanted to learn strategies to build their business and what they could do better to gain momentum because they had reached a plateau. Both gifted, excellent professionals, but they just didn't know how to move from where they were to the next level that they needed to get to. So upon, of course, fact-finding, talking to them, I realized that the issue is or was the fact that these two brilliant individuals have a personal relationship. But one of the things that was working against them is the familiarity concept. Familiarity breeds contempt, as we know. And when two people are in a personal relationship and do not take the time to build a Chinese wall between their personal life and their business or their professional life, especially when they get to interact on both sides of the wall, it becomes very difficult for them to see any type of progress on the personal side. And I dare say that would also in some type of way negatively impact their personal relationship, because as you know, if two people are in business together, yes, they have a personal relationship. If the business side of things is not working, chances are the frustration on that side will spill over to the other side. But here's what I suggested to them. Let's get rid of the familiarity by building a Chinese wall between your personal life and your business life. Now, when we cross over the Chinese wall to the business side of things, very important for you to take note of what I'm about to say. Honor the greatness in each other. Identify your zone of genius. They had to identify what each person was excellently good at. And upon asking, I was like, what do you think she's really good at? And he was like, oh, she's really good at organizing. It was so easy for him to say that. And she also identified the fact that, oh, everybody just loves him. They want to talk to him. So I'm like, guys, listen, that is your strength. And if you both play to each other's strength, identifying not just your strength, but honoring it at every point in time. That means when there is an opportunity for someone to speak to the business, to interact, let him take the lead and trust his leadership to come through in that space or that role or that responsibility. And then when it's time for things to be put together, to set things in motion, to plan your events or whatever it is you need to do, let her take the lead and honor that in her. And the more you begin to honor your zone of genius, begin to honor the greatness in each other, you will begin to see that the thrift or the friction that you're having or the redundancy that is happening right now, momentum will begin to come out of that and things will begin to move in a positive direction. One thing that I know is the Bible talks about two is better than one. I believe that very strongly. I mean, I'm single and I have to do a whole lot of things by myself while hiring amazing gifted professionals to help me along the way. But would I prefer to have a personal interest person who is with me and can help me drive this ship forward? Yes. And that is why the Bible says two is always better than one. So when I see couples who are not taking advantage of the fact that they have that significant other, that person who has a personally vested interest in their success, working together to move things forward, I always look at it like this is just wasting valuable human resource and asset. I told them, I said, guys, listen, you guys have what I call a couple advantage. It's a couple advantage in business that when two people working together have a personal vested interest in each other and they're able to identify their zone of genius and honor is important. Each person has to feel seen and heard. By honoring each other's greatness, I promise you, the sky is just a starting point. That business can never fail. The opportunity that they're pursuing, they will always get it and things will always move in a positive trajectory for them. And they'll always have all of their goals achieved, of course. So yeah, I believe that two people can definitely work together. And I love the fact that having a couple worked. Yeah, so that is what I would say to two people who have a personal relationship trying to build their business or their empire together, those are just some of the things that I would, be able to share with them to help them move things forward. But of course, if they ever needed, a bit more than what I'm offering right now, they can always book a free discovery call with me, and I'll sit down and run, an assessment with them to see what areas that we can help plug in their business or their journey into greatness. As always, you guys know I'm a huge advocate for discovering your gifts, and the discovery of your gifts is always the starting point. And it's not just for you to discover your gifts, it's the ability for you to maximize your potential, whether you're alone or you're with someone, to build a sustainable, profitable, impactful life in whatever chosen field of career that you choose. Just wrap it. Alright, we are going to chop this up. It's a lot. Yes, two people can definitely work together effectively just by understanding the dynamics of their relationship, personal and business, and knowing how to separate the two while honoring the greatness in each other. Yeah. That was the closing I was looking for.